Welcome back, guys, to my channel. This is Kevin. In today's video, I'm going to be setting SMART goals for 2023 in regards to personal goals and financial goals. Personal financial goals, but I'll be splitting them up into two separate categories and going through each separately. So if you guys enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Create goals of your own as I go through my goals. I'm going to go through what SMART goals are, the acronym, what it means, and how it makes it easily more attainable to achieve your goals when you have smarter goals and more detailed goals. So I'll go through all of that through this video. It's not going to be a long video, somewhat short. But I'm going to use this video as a way to keep myself accountable as well, so that by the end of the year when I come back to revisit, I get to see if I've accomplished the goals I set up for myself today and if I've held myself accountable. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by explaining what the acronym SMART actually means. So the S in SMART means specific. When you make your goals, oftentimes we tend to make general, broad goals with no real specificity. Everything is just broadened up in the air. When you're making goals, you want them to be specific. So let's say, instead of saying I want to be rich by the end of 2023, you can say I want to make $50,000 by December 31st, 2023. You see how I narrowed it down a little bit, made it a little more specific. You want to have numbers, you want to make something, I guess, quantifiable, easy for you to measure if you've achieved that goal or not. Because with the first goal, I want to be rich by the end of 2023, when do you know when you've gotten there? You could have 100,000, 200,000, but you don't have a benchmark or a certain goal in mind. So you're never really sure if you've accomplished that goal or not. But when you narrow it down and you get into the nitty gritty and you put a number to that, like let's say I want to make 50,000 by the end of 2023, December 31st. Now you know once you've hit 50,000, you've achieved that goal. Next letter in the SMART acronym, M, stands for measurable. So it kind of ties in with the S, specific, because with measurable, you want to put numbers to your goal. For example, let's say I wanted to gain 10 pounds of muscle by December 31st, 2023. 10 pounds of muscle allows that goal to be measurable. So when I hit that goal of 10 pounds of muscle, I'll know I've achieved the goal. You can break it down month by month, every couple of weeks. Let's say I want to gain 0.5 pounds of muscle every week. Breaking it down into numbers makes it more quantifiable and measurable, so you can track your progress up until and when you reach and accomplish that goal. So basically, just breaking up your goal into quantifiable amounts allows it to be measurable and allows you to track your progress along the way. Allows you to set milestones at certain periods of time, so that you know you've hit this milestone, you have this much to go until you reach that goal. So it makes it much easier to track, essentially, by quantifying your goal and putting it into numbers. Next letter in the SMART acronym, A, stands for attainable. So when we set goals, oftentimes we hear this saying, aim for the moon, but if you fail, at least you landed on the stars, or however the saying goes. Essentially, it's true. You want to push yourself to achieve robust goals, to achieve the most. But when you're setting SMART goals, you want to be realistic, because when you set those broad goals, I want to be rich, get $1 million by the end of the week, and you don't achieve it, you get demotivated, when in reality, you just set an unrealistic goal and you put all that pressure on yourself. But when you're setting goals, you want it to be realistic. So let's say my goal was to make $10,000 by the end of the year. That's a realistic goal that I can attain in a reasonable amount of time. So you want to make sure when you're setting your goals that they are realistic and you give yourself enough time to accomplish these goals. Obviously, it's best to aim for the moon. So if you fall, you land on the stars. But you want to start small and make your way up. Okay, you guys don't have to just jump into these grand goals, and if you don't make them, you feel demotivated and depressed and such. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Start small and make your way up. The next letter in the SMART acronym stands for relatable or relevant, the R. What this basically means is that you want to set goals that align with your outlook in life. Let's say my outlook in life, I was just trying to financially stabilize myself, financially get organized, set everything straight financially. And the goal I had in mind was I want to learn how to speak Spanish. It's not a goal that aligns with my outlook in time at this point in time. So it's not a goal that is essentially relatable or relevant to me at this point in time. Instead, my goals should be somewhat more financial in nature, because my goal of the year, what I want financially and my outlook in life, I want to be financially organized, get everything, my finances in order. So I would have a goal that's more so in line with finances instead of something random like learning a new language. I mean, it's at some point in time you would be able to learn a new language and it'll fit along with your outlook in life. Let's say I wanted to travel 10 years down the line. and I want to go to Spain, like then that goal at that period of time would make more sense. But as of now, because I want to financially get myself straight, it's not a goal that is relatable or relevant to me at this point in time. So keep that in mind when you guys make your SMART goals. Last letter in the SMART acronym is T, and the T stands for time bound. What this means is that when you guys are making goals, you guys want to put a deadline or time that goal should be accomplished by. Otherwise, you guys won't take action towards accomplishing it because there's no deadline, there's no timeline set for you and that specific goal. For example, you guys are in school, you guys get projects that are due a month from now. You guys procrastinate until like the last day or so. And that's when you actually start putting in the work to accomplish that goal. But in the end, you do accomplish it and you do finish that project on time, albeit like last minute, but you still like essentially still finish that project on time because you know that deadline is there holding you accountable. So that goal, that project must be accomplished by that date. So by putting a date to your goal, it forces you to take action towards completing that goal by the deadline. There's also two more letters people add to SMART to make it a SMARTer acronym, the E and R. E basically means evaluate. You guys don't want to just set your goals and forget them. You guys want to come back to them every week, every 2 weeks, every month, just to evaluate and see how far along to accomplishing the goal you are. Have you had some days where you were slacking off? Did you do some extra some days? Do you think like you would accomplish that goal earlier or take a little more time? It's always good to reassess and evaluate and see where you are along that progress tracker, because by setting and forgetting it, you guys aren't really holding yourself accountable. You're not seeing the progress you made. By reevaluating every week, you get to see the small little progress you make up until you accomplish that goal. The last acronym, R, which stands for reward. We're in a hustle culture. We're always grinding 24/7, but sometimes it's good to take a breather, take a break, step back, and reward yourself for accomplishing these milestones along the way. So let's say my goal was to pay off $10,000 in debt by December 31st, 2023. And over the next couple of months, I break up my milestones that into like, I guess, $2,000 increments. So every time I pay $2,000, I'll reward myself with, I don't know, like a new game for PS5 or some sort of reward for me accomplishing that milestone. And this way it keeps you going, keeps you motivated, keeps fuel in the tank, because you know that once you've achieved the next milestone, you get another reward. And at the same time, it's pushing you to complete that goal as set out. So now that you guys understand what SMART or SMARTer goals are and what the acronym means, I'm going to go through with you guys my SMART goals, my personal financial goals that I set out for myself that I wish to accomplish by the end of 2023, December 31st. I've written it all down. Sometimes I feel like writing it down really holds you accountable. And me making this video also reinforces that, it puts it out in the universe. So once I publish this, I can't go back on my word. I'm gonna make sure like all of this is accomplished, or if not, to the best of my ability, make sure I accomplish as much as I can. I'm obviously like, in the ideal world, you like to accomplish all the goals you set out, but again, that's not realistic. So I want to just push myself to really accomplish all these goals so that when I look back at this video, I'll be happy of the progress I've made so far. The first personal goal that I have set out for myself for 2023 is to read one chapter of the New Testament every night before I go to sleep. So by November 2nd, 2023, I'll have read the New Testament in its entirety. The second personal goal I have is not really a SMART one. I just want to spend more time with my loved ones, my girlfriend, my family, friends, just spend more valuable time with them. I'm not going to quantify it, I just need to do it. But yeah, so that's my second personal goal. My third personal goal for 2023 is in regards to travel. I want to travel to at least one of these three places by the end of 2023, December 31st, either Los Angeles, Bali, or Dominican Republic. So if I travel to either one of these three places, I'll have considered this goal accomplished. Obviously, I am aiming for all three, but if all three can't be accomplished, if I can aim for at least one of these places, I will have seen this goal has been accomplished. So my third personal goal is in regards to fitness and going to the gym. I plan to go to the gym 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, for at least 45 minutes. And by July 7th, 2023, I want to bench 225 pounds for at least 6 reps. So I haven't done the specifics yet, but the number I want to hit is 225 pounds on the bench press by July 7th, 2023. So if I want to go further, I can break this down into smaller weight increments every month that I want to achieve until I hit that goal of 225 pounds by July 7th. My last personal goal is in regards to this YouTube channel and stay committed. I plan to grow this channel to 1,000 subscribers by December 31st, 2023. I plan to post 2 videos a week from now until then, so that by the end of the year, December 31st, I'll have at least 92 videos uploaded in regards to personal finance on the channel. Moving on to my financial goals, we've done my personal goals. Moving on to my financial goals, I have a couple goals I want to share. My first goal being that I want to pay off all consumer debt that I've accrued over the past couple of years outside of my student loans and pay them off in full by December 31st, 2023. I know the number in my head, but I'm not going to say. And I want to pay down my student loans by at least 15% by December 31st, 2023. Second goal is that I want to save at least $5,000 in my emergency fund by December 31st, 2023. I plan to do so by saving aside $217 every 2 weeks, every time I get paid bi-weekly, and putting it aside in like a cash envelope. So by the end of the year, December 31st, I'll have $5,000 saved and kept away in my emergency fund. My third financial goal is in regards to saving up towards a house down payment. I plan to save $10,000 by the end of the year, December 31st, 2023. I plan to do so by saving $434 every 2 weeks in a cash envelope dedicated to saving up for this house down payment. Obviously, $10,000 is still a little too little in regards to putting down money on a house, but it is a start. It is a good start. My fourth financial goal for 2023 is to save $5,000 in my TFSA by the end of the year, December 31st, 2023, and have that money invested in an index fund that tracks the S.M.A.R.T 500 market. So I plan to accomplish this by putting aside $217 every 2 weeks into a cash envelope dedicated to this purpose, so that by the end of the year, I can just take the money from the envelope, dump it into my TFSA, and have it invested in an index fund that tracks the S.M.A.R.T 500 market. Set it, forget it, let it grow, and continue to contribute to it over the next couple of years. Fifth financial goal for 2023 is that I plan to have 5 income sources, all paying me at least $500 a month in pure profit each. I plan to continually reinvest the money I make from these businesses and just continually use it to reinvest in the businesses so that they continue to grow. Obviously, I'll also shuffle some of my own hard-earned money from my job into these businesses to help further that growth. But I plan to have made $500 in profit from each of these 5 different income sources by December 31st, 2023. With all that being said, guys, that is all my personal financial goals for 2023. You guys heard it here, folks. I've said it. It's out there. It's on YouTube, so I can't go back on my word now. All that's left for me is actually to put action towards these goals and actually aim to accomplish them by the deadlines I set out. So by putting this out there, I just hope it holds me accountable. Obviously, you guys are listening to this video as well. Hopefully, you guys are also making your own SMART goals so we can hold each other accountable. Find people in your life that you can use as accountability partners. I have my brother, my girlfriend, my family. The people around me also holding me accountable. Just in case I do fall off on these goals, they'll put me right back on track. So always have those people you can reside in and tell them your goals so that they can hold you accountable as well. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. As you guys heard it here first, I'll be posting 2 videos a week. So that by the end of the year, I have about 92 videos. So you guys have a ton of content coming up. Stay tuned. With that being said, enjoy the rest of your day.